Hello, I am going to show you how you make egg tempera. This is just a regular egg. It's kind of funny looking because my kids dyed it for Easter. But you really don't need any kind of special egg. Just whatever you get at the grocery store is fine. If you can find an actual live chicken, and get fresh eggs, those are really nice. They have just a nice consistency and a nice, I don't know, a little bit more oily. So those are really nice, but this works too. The first thing you do is you separate your egg. And all you need is the yolk, so pour out the white into a little dish. I usually just get rid of it, but I'm told that if you are resourceful, you can actually freeze the white and put it in your angel food cakes if you have a lot of them, or you can just make yourself an egg white omelet sometime. But I don't do that. I'm not that coordinated. Okay, so now we've got the egg yolk separated, and the egg yolk's in here. You're going to pour it on a napkin. I've also used coffee filters. Those work great. Paper towels, whatever. You're going to roll it around and get the white off. Just as best you can. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And you can see this white membrane. What you're going to do is we don't want that little white part. So we're going to pinch this. Just pinch it at the end. And just kind of squeeze it and the yolk will come out. There we go. There. And what you've got left is this membrane that you can see. You can just throw that out. It's too thick. You don't need that. So there we go. Now we've got an egg in there. Let me wipe my hands off. And the next thing we do is we're going to put white wine in it. You can actually use water, but I like using the wine. A monk taught me to do it that way. And the thing about the wine is that it makes the egg yolk last longer. If you'd use water, the tempera only lasts a couple of days. If you mix it with the wine, it lasts for a long time, as long as you keep it covered and refrigerated. It's lasts weeks for me. Okay, so what you're going to do is you need to put approximately the same amount of wine into your glass as you have egg yolk. You don't have to be too precise, just eyeball it. Like this. There it goes. The bottle's almost empty. One more. That's about right. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you like once you get a little accustomed to working with the tempera, you can put more wine in to make it a thinner consistency, or less if you like a thicker consistency. Okay, so that got a little hard mixing up on the bottom. This is right here is what you got, is egg tempera. So now I'm going to show you how to put it on an actual painting and how you make it into paint. Okay, I've got this painting here. I'm going to show you. I've got about 5 or 6 layers on this painting. Usually it takes for me, it takes 10 or 15 layers. There are some artists who actually use up to 100 layers on theirs. It depends on how thick you make your layers and what effect you're going for. But as you can see, you can really see the brush strokes in there, and I'm trying to get rid of that. So I want this white stripe to be a little creamier. So what I'm going to do is put on this ochre pale pigment. These pigments I buy from a online store called naturalpigments.com. They're really hard to find anywhere else. I've only been able to buy them through mail order. I have never seen them at an actual craft store around here. So that's where I get them. So we're going to get the palette out. We're going to take the paint, the pigment, and your knife, palette knife. You only need a really tiny bit. That's one of the most common mistakes, is to take too much. That much will probably cover on that stripe that I'm trying to do, maybe a bit more.
Like maybe like 2 drips of water would be the same amount of that.
Yeah, about that. And so once again, you take your tempera and put it on your palette knife, and once again you do about equal amount of egg tempera and an equal amount of pigment. And once again, you can vary that according to your preferences. You mix it up really good. Most pigments, it should be able to get really stirred up like this so you can't see the chunks. But there are some pigments that it's just the way they are, that they don't mix as well. And after you keep practicing and getting used to all the different colors, you'll see what pigments those are. You can, if you want a little runnier, this is just a squirty bottle of white wine, and once again you can also use water if you prefer. You can pour a couple drops in there to make it thinner. It makes it more of a wash, a little bit more translucent. So you can do that or not, according to your pleasure. And then, here we go. I'm going to put that over the line. See, it's very pale. The yellow goes on very pale. It's almost translucent. And that's really the joy of egg tempera, is that it has all these translucent layers. So it gives that different kind of glow and a different kind of just translucence and fire than a different kind of a paint. And that's really the thing I love about it. So that's getting a little bit more towards the color I want. I'll probably put some more white layers on it. Not sure what I'm going to do for my next layer. But that is how you do it. Thanks for listening to this video. If you're interested in seeing more of what I work, you can go to www.supposinggrace.com. Thanks.